really glad that we changed our shooting schedule to give us more time to process these albums we're listening to. If we had only done like 1 week to get ready for this episode, my opinions would be very different.
Yeah.
Today, we, 3 different ones, are going to be covering Igor, the album by Tyler, the Creator. I think it's his follow-up to Flower Boy.
Mm-hmm. This is his most recent album,
yes,
right?
This came out 2 years ago now. And the first time I listened to this, this was one when we all made our big volumes of albums from 65 to present day. I put this one on there. I heard a little of Tyler, the Creator's music when I was living in San Antonio and really enjoyed it and thought that, I was running out of ideas at this point. So for a more recent album, and I thought this would be interesting. I was kind of mortified the first time I heard this album. When I finished listening through it, my initial notes were, I hated this.
Really?
I did not care for this music at all. I thought it was so...
I was in the same
so
place.
Strange.
Really?
And so... It was... Which is so weird, because usually that's a big... that's a plus for me. If your music is different.
Right.
But the... I don't know. There's a lot of that buzzing sound.
Drony synth.
The first thing we hear in Igor's theme is that Christopher Nolan dramatic sound, sound, which I just can't stand. That was just such a... It definitely grabs your attention, but I just don't like that effect. Those low mixed vocals that you hear on a lot of them, I didn't really like them very much, and all I had at the time was just the track listing, and I was just sitting down just middle of the day, just thinking like I'm ready to check this out. Like I felt like I was in a good frame of mind, like I got plenty of sleep, I felt good. And just listening through it, I did not like it at all. And I don't know, it kind of happened, I want to say about 4 days ago from when we're recording this episode. I was looking at my notes and I was like, I don't want to go in there and just shit on this thing that I made us listen to.
Exactly how I felt.
I put it on and I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
Or at the very least appreciated it a lot more. And it was just, I was... throughout the build up to that, like I was thinking about this album at least a little bit every day after listening to it. Like it stayed with me after it ended, which is definitely a mark in its favor. But I was just, this is a very interesting experience for me going through Igor, and I want to make that clear right off the bat. That I did not really like, if I had just listened to this album, like I'd be dogging it right now. Like I would not be appreciative of it.
Exactly how I felt.
Really?
Yes.
Same time frame and everything?
After I finished it, I was like, man, I really did not like that at all.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't wait for it to be over. And I hate saying that, but it just, I don't know. Like, I couldn't get into it. It wasn't what I expected, but not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah.
And, just kind of like you said, I mean, hearing it again a second time, like even just for short blips, I was like, well, this wasn't as bad as I remember it being. Like, it's honestly sounds a lot better than the first run through. And I don't know if it was just the headspace I was in or what, but I just did not care for it on the first run through.
Yep. Yeah. I'm with you.
Graham?
Man, I was surprised by this album.
In a good way?
Yeah.
You like it?
Well,
that really surprised me. I thought you were going to detest this album.
I kind of did too.
Interesting.
I was worried everybody was going to hate this, to be honest.
So
I thought you were going to like it because you requested it.
So,
I never heard it before.
That was what I thought. I thought you were just kind of picking albums like a lot of us did towards the end. It's like, okay, I've heard of this artist. I'm going to put one of their albums down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went into this thinking, okay, I've heard that name. I kind of get a sense that he's maybe this kind of trippy, like, hip-hop guy.
Yep.
And there's not, like, okay, so I have kind of, there are things I liked about this and things I didn't. I think the first track might have been my favorite.
Igor's theme?
Yeah. It's So I like the sound of this album. I love the synthesizers and the fuzziness. There's like a lot of fuzz bass.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't like
No, I was going to say, to that point, did it kind of remind you of like Tame Impala in a weird way?
It reminded me of like the Flaming Lips.
Yeah.
Or, Tame Impala would be.
Specifically, Lonerism.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, man, this music sounds a lot like that kind of like, I don't know, trippy, psychedelic, heavy synth.
Use of like vintage sounding synths.
Yeah. And, you know, I think, what's his face? The Tame Impala guy. Drawing a blank.
I can't remember his name either.
Anyway, I think he pretty much recorded that like exclusively on his own, and I think Tyler, the creator, did the same thing on this.
I could see
like all on his own.
I could see him either being into that or at least something like the Flaming Lips, where it's psychedelic. You know, there's some elements of like rock in it, but it's very psychedelic, synthy, but it has that retro feel. Where it's like he uses like vintage synths or maybe, you know, software synths that sound like that. But like, I thought that was really cool. I was like, this is a really well recorded album, which I didn't expect, you know, any of that. There was great like, you know, piano going on in this first track. This kind of crackling, almost staticky sounding thing. It was really enjoyable through headphones.
Like a low tier vinyl record player.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
Some drag for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I kept coming back to the Flaming Lips, which I love how they make albums.
Right. I could see that. And just to kind of parallel the Tame Impala thing too, I remember reading about that on Lonerism. He was talking about how he wanted it to be a pop album, and I just reading through, you know, some of the background on this album. I think it won a bunch of accolades for like rap album or something, and he was like, they were kind of backhanded compliments because this was a pop album.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, is it just because, you know, I'm black that they put it in that category?
Right. Yeah.
Which there's a little bit of like hip hop and rapping, but there's also like kind of a soul feel to it.
Yes.
What's the term? Neo soul?
Yeah. Like kind of a new soul.
I wasn't that fond of a lot of the rapping on here, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought the vocal effects were really cool, but when it was straight, just like monotone rapping, I was like, this is kind of dull.
Yeah, and y'all are more of rap guys than I am, and I guess that's just a testament to maybe why you guys. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say why you guys didn't like it and I liked it. I think it's just maybe surprising or weird that like. I mean, that being said, I wasn't huge on some of the songs themselves. Like, I have a few later on that I circled and dug. But yeah, like track 2, I don't know, there's kind of this almost like, it sounds like a kid singing or something.
I think that's Jordan Carter that's doing that, and I was not too, even after on the re-listen, I'm still not a big fan of his voice on this song.
I don't know if I know Jordan Carter.
I really don't either. I just think that's who
Aaron Carter's little brother.
Is he like 12?
No,
maybe. No, he's probably a fairly young artist.
Yeah.
One last thing on Igor's theme. I liked how it kind of set the stage for the album.
Yes.
I think it did that really well.
It's a great
the piano, like you said, it was great.
Kind of dark.
I like the line, riding around town, they're going to feel this one. Like, get ready, I'm about to drop a big surprise on everybody.
Yeah.
So I guess Earthquake, that was the single from this album, right?
So. It looked to be, it had like 400 million plays, I noticed.
I read that he tried to sell this to Justin Bieber
and Rihanna.
They both turned it down.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't take him up on that. This just screams it's a single.
You know, I'm kind of conflicted on that. Like, I could see them taking it, but I could also see them being like, I can do that myself.
Right.
Or, you know, my own writers.
And look how it blew up.
I know, I bet he's glad that he kept it.
Glad they turned it down.
Although maybe they would have made it, 4 billion play song. I don't know. But this seemed to really blow up.
Yeah.
What'd y'all think of the song?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It kind of begins the whole, I hate to say like self-deprecation, but like
Sure.
everything's his fault. Like you kind of get introduced to this narrative of like,
Yeah.
he's heartbroken and like, just, I feel like the whole album, you know, he's just like, come back, like,
Yeah.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
So.
The backing vocals in this did not have a very pretty sound to them.
Right.
But that's, I mean, that's I think that's intentional. That is a recurring bit on this album, and it's I mean, I don't know if, I don't think I read it being classified this way, but I would think I'd call this a concept album.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
I would agree with that.
It's like there's a recurring character. You know, Igor
it's
is brought up.
Everything is linked together.
Yeah. And it's all about it's clearly fueled by some negative emotions, and that definitely comes. There's a lot of discordant sounds in these songs, and it took me probably longer than it should have, but to appreciate them. So even though there's stuff on here that might not sound very pleasant, but I like them because like it does work for the songs.
Yeah.
Any ideas as to why the album's called Igor? Because you know, we talked before, and you were like, "Yeah, that's, you know, Frankenstein's assistant."
Yeah, in like the movies and stuff, like the adaptations of the novel. It's meant to be like kind of the devil on his shoulder, I think, because it's the album. For those who don't know, it goes into this tryst he had with another man, and who ended up leaving him to go be with his ex-girlfriend, I think. And I don't know how much of that is grounded in reality.
Yeah,
but it's the relationship that kind of collapsed. And I think Igor is meant to represent like a more like apathetic, kind of negative side to his personality.
Okay.
And he's kind of like extricating that from himself through his music.
Yeah.
And that's,
see that.
You mentioned how like Igor's theme has that kind of dark overtone.
Yes.
I think that's supposed to be like his like the self-doubt and the despondence that you feel after especially after a devastating breakup like this.
Right. And I think it just kind of knowing Igor's tied to Frankenstein, hearing that first track, you get that kind of like dark, sinister almost vibe to it. That buzzing. I like how you made the Christopher Nolan comparison. Like it does have a very cinematic, like like a monster.
I think it sounds better on here than it does in his movies. By the way.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for it to be here.
Yeah.
It's dramatic stuff happening sound, which is a little bit lazy.
To the point of that Christopher Nolan sound. No, it's not Christopher Nolan, and I think the synth was like straight out of Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I thought it was almost sampled from it.
That's a possibility. I didn't see
just real sinister, dark.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's the definition to me of just dark, evil.
Good call.
That droning.
Just boom.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I did too. I thought that was really cool.
I love the music from that movie.
Maybe we should do a movie review. Well, I guess we did earlier.
Right.
Sort of.
Yes.
Soundtrack.
Yeah. What did y'all think? There were like do y'all like the dramatic pauses in song? I think had a few of those where they just halted everything for a sec.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
I like the R&B bridge.
Yes, me too.
Which song?
And I think.
Yep. Okay. Track 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real funky too.
Oh, the bass and that.
Yes, the synth bass. Big fan.
Yep.
Thick.
With 2 C's.
Yes. Oh yes. I thought the song was a little bit boring, but
I think.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think you're right.
This was one where the rapping in it kind of
detracted.
Yeah, even listening to it again, I'm still not terribly fond of it.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I'm really curious, like people who love Tyler the Creator from like his first album, their response to this.
Yeah,
Because this is a lot more singing and like,
Yeah.
would they just absolutely hate this?
Is he more just straight up like rap? In
Oh
the
my
beginning?
gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, totally different.
Wow.
Full transformation.
Wow.
I gotta think
From what I've read. And I listened to a couple songs off the first album just to see.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's way different.
Yeah.
I gotta think if you're a rap fan, you didn't really care for this.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it could have been kind of divisive. Like,
Sure.
it's not a lot of themes that are very popular, like in that genre. Like, you know,
Yeah.
being sad about love, maybe. Like,
Yeah. There's not that. Most rap takes like a more aggressive stance
Yeah,
where that's
yeah.
concerned. So
Mhm.
yeah.
and
And being homosexual, like that alone, is just oh my gosh,
Sure.
that is is a huge red flag.
Sure, for you know, typical, you know, rap artist, you don't imagine that.
No.
And reading that he's basically come full circle on that
Yeah.
is really odd.
He was like a self-hating
Yeah.
for a while. He got into trouble for saying something, didn't he?
Yeah, I read about you know, slurs, you know, homophobic slurs, misogynist slurs.
Yeah.
He was criticized for that in the early albums.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's a lot of people who get that.
Oh yeah.
From, you know, the Rolling Stones to now.
Right.
Yes. That's
Right.
nothing new.
Common
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, like you said, it's come full circle.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until, I guess you reminded me of it. There's kind of like a little bit of 8-bit kind of retro video game sounds going on, which I like.
Yeah.
Kind of lo-fi.
Yeah. Just that's my favorite part of the album is just the sounds, the synths. They're really cool.
I was gonna walk over exactly what you run from.
Run over.
Yeah, it's just just
Right.
glance past that.
Filler.
That's
Because
running out of time. To your point on the sounds, there's just this crazy mishmash. The sound at the start of running out of time.
track 4.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Five technically.
Yeah, because it's not the.
Oh, I thought that was Magic Wand. That's number 5.
Did you skip exactly what you run from as a track?
No, I have that as track 4.
That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should probably have this open while we're doing it.
Yeah, maybe.
Running Out of Time's the one that made me think of Tame Impala.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you're right. That is track 5. I'm slightly dyslexic today.
It's okay.
It's like Tame Impala meets R&B.
Yes. The craziest sections of Tame Impala.
Yeah,
They just
exactly.
go
Dude, and
nuts.
the part with the car that keeps whizzing by.
Ooh, yeah.
Did y'all note that?
Yep.
Fluttery.
Yeah. And the oscillation of the keys
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah.
To your point about wearing headphones listening to this, it was like just swirling,
What does oscillation mean?
like left to right to left to right, like panning, just
Okay.
Yeah, kind of spin.
instead of like the keys being in one place and like the sound stage, it's like they were moving all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff and that kind of like thought put into the production.
Especially in modern stuff. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's been, people have moved away from that. Or
Yeah.
not necessarily moved away from, but like it's not such a huge component of modern music as it used to be. It's
Definitely.
nice to see it come up in new stuff.
Yeah. Did you say Pharrell was involved in this album?
Somewhere. There's a
Really?
bunch of huge people involved in this.
Yeah.
Kanye, him,
But
you said Jack White.
yeah.
Said
That's an
Maybe,
There's
allegedly.
an interesting note about that. It's like Jack White was apparently, people suspect he's on the last track, but apparently Jack White is not credited. Tyler says Jack White, recorded on it, but apparently Jack White could not hear himself on guitar, so he didn't want to be credited. That's what I
Interesting.
understood. And
There's a lot of like rumor stuff, like
Ye-
just alleged
Yeah.
stuff on this
yeah,
album.
just kind of to add to the mystique.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
And you were saying Tyler he was the producer of this album. I mean,
He did it all.
Sounds like there-
soul.
Sounds like there are a lot of people involved in the recording process and maybe the engineering.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking at the personnel list right now just because we said there were a bunch of people, and Lil Uzi Vert is on here. Playboy Cardi, I know that's a big name.
yeah,
is it Solange?
I think
Solange?
so.
Kanye.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing Tyler, lead
Jack
vocals,
White,
production, and arrangement.
CeeLo Green.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's his
Background vocals on track 10.
What's his stage name?
Gnarls?
Yeah.
G. Gnarls
Gnarls
Barkley.
Yep.
Didn't you see him open?
I did.
For
For the Chili Peppers on Stadium Tour.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That was when Crazy was blowing up.
That's right.
God.
I know. Yeah, so track 10's Gone. Thank you. That has CeeLo on it.
Mm.
Interesting. So let's see, what were we on? New Magic Wand.
This song just typifies this whole experience for me. I
Droning.
hated the song so much when I
Really?
first heard it, and it's like one of my favorites.
Yeah?
It's the Tyler
I
Creator
put a
song.
star by it.
I
my
love
comment
this
was,
song.
hell yeah.
I
because thought
love
about it.
this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think it's that driving kind of bass riff and rhythm.
Strong electronic
Yeah.
influence.
heavy bass.
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Start.
This
Oh
is a
my
heavy
god,
sounding,
that
yes.
distorted cackle going on.
Yeah,
over
yeah,
it.
the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, the vocals just dripping over that music. I mean, just oh god,
Yeah.
it's just an intoxicating sound.
Yeah.
I mean, it just. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this
Loved
was
it.
the first one after the first track that really made me kind of perk up and be
Mhm.
like, okay, this is kind of back to that dark kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool thing.
I could just keep gushing about this song. It was so jarring hearing it a second time and throwing my notepad against the wall because I've got notes down oh, it's gimmicky and they're trying to distract it from there's no structure to it, and I was like, that's crap, man.
Right.
This song is crap. This is a banger song. It's a great one, and I don't really have anything more.
It was a banger.
How about A Boy Is a Gun? Which, did we say that's his record label? That's the name?
Yes, I believe that's
I
right.
didn't pick up on that, but I could see it. Oddly enough, I'm looking at the Wikipedia, and not to dwell on this, but this has Magic Wand as track 6.
It is.
But then I see...
No, it would be... Oh, yeah.
I see Apple Music presents Tyler, the Creator, Magic Wand as track 5. Maybe that's where I...
Weird.
Anyway, Boy Is a Gun. I thought it sounded kind of cool, had some piano, but it didn't really stand out to me as a song.
Cool bass line.
Yeah. As always.
I don't remember, but I put in the notes, drops the bomb at the end of the song, and I don't know what I was referring to.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Maybe a big fat bass.
I didn't have anything.
I don't know if it was something in the lyrics
Do we
or
want to pull it up, maybe, or
maybe it was something in the words. Let me
Um,
see. A boy. What is it? A boy is a gun. Lyrics. What does he say at the end? It had to be something with the words. Let me see. Maybe not. Let's see.
Also, I thought it was kind of fun.
Oh, I see now. It was real, just, I don't know, the whole heartbroken theme and blah, 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 and just, and then at the end, he's super aggressively stay away from me. That's, I think the shift in tone is what I was referring to.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just
especially
from hopelessness and being sad to pure anger.
Yeah. That's probably a smart shift given the songs that follow it. I mean, Puppet is so on the nose about how the Igor, the character described in the album is this.
I'll do anything.
Yeah, it's the negative emotions controlling you. It's all the worst, most dysfunctional parts of my personality coming out on me.
Yeah. I like Puppet a lot.
I did too.
I think this was the most standout of the love triangle songs.
Yep.
In terms of just being hurt.
Yeah. And there's the ending of this song in particular. The arrangement is just so cool, and there's a lot going on. Melodically, it's pretty out there.
I love the backing vocals.
Yes,
Even the first time I listened to it, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, kind of
Puppet.
female backing vocals, right?
Yes.
It's kind of an R&B vibe. there's a lot of genres that kind of blend together on this album, and it works.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Even with his rapping on here, I still like the song a lot.
Yeah.
Synth action at the end was fun. I thought, that's a really, really enjoyable.
Agreed.
What's good, to your point about lots of different sounds, I was like, I wonder if this is what his early stuff sounded like. Like, it was way more aggressive. It seemed like the only rap song on the album.
Yeah.
So like real dark sounding intro, way more aggressive,
Very
light
angry.
to dark, like nice contrast.
Actually get a shout out to Igor, who you mentioned in this song.
Yep.
Did you
I kind of liked this one.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know.
It stood out for sure.
It was different than everything else on there. Which I feel like if you liked everything else, you would have not liked this song.
Chorus was a little annoying to me, and I don't really remember it off the top of my head, but that was my note.
I liked the weird muffled quality the vocals had at the start. It had kind of like a simmering rave vibe to it, which I'm on board with.
Simmering rave.
That's what
That's a good descriptor.
That's what I've written down. I enjoyed this one.
Nice.
By the way, I thought it was kind of funny that we did the Taylor Swift folklore recently, where the title and the song titles were all in lowercase. This is the exact opposite.
All caps?
Yeah, baby.
You put the caps lock on to the titles.
Boomer.
What was Kendrick's album that he did that on? It's one word. Damn? Is that the name of it?
I don't know Kendrick albums. Not the names anyway.
Maybe that's a song off it? It's, shoot. What was it? Man, I can't mention it and not know.
But did that trigger anybody, the all caps?
No. I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it more than I think everything being lowercase would probably drive me crazy.
Yeah. I kind of like both choices.
It is damn. All caps. Thank goodness.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It just, that kind of stuff kills me. I would rather the all caps than the lowercase. The lowercase just...
Same. Can't. Drives me crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Drives me crazy.
Brutal. You prefer the boomer approach?
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
I side with the boomers on this one.
Fair enough, man.
Every now and then I'll go all caps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get it out.
Get in context. Okay.
Got to sometimes.
Gone.
It was shocking how light the beginning of this song was, coming off of What's Good.
Yeah,
it was
I like the contrast of that though.
Me too. I thought it was nice.
It's like, let's slow our roll here.
And higher singing, kind of that airy synth. I think I heard a little acoustic guitar on this one too.
Yeah.
It was quite the.
I think. Well, maybe. Are We Still Friends? I noticed there was a lot of acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
But I don't remember hearing it prior to that. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
not off the top of my head, but yeah, kind of some fluttery synth noises that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Lots of kind of Easter eggs for, I don't know, a close listener.
Mm-hmm.
Good album for headphones.
Yeah.
For putting the cans on.
Songs have layers, man.
Yeah, man. I'm all about it.
This one too, with the theme of being hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never wants to be hurt again.
Nope. It's his rapping in this one was I did not really enjoy it, but I think that there's some intent there.
Sure.
It's very much the woe is me situation going on there.
Isn't that kind of a thing that's becoming popular, kind of almost emo rap?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which, cool, I guess.
Yeah, every genre changes.
Yeah.
Remo?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
Ramo.
Ramo.
I don't have much on this, but I had a question. I don't love
on
you.
Gone Gone or I Don't Love You Anymore?
I Don't Love You Anymore.
Okay.
What is that speed, stutter step, shaky voice whine going on with the chorus? Like, what is that? What are they doing?
I wonder if this is the one that I thought had an annoying chorus, but yeah, I don't know. There were some weird vocal or affects.
Yes.
Like either
Both.
Yeah, yeah,
E
yeah.
and ah.
Yeah. Yeah, like almost kind of childish sounding voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you like it or no?
It was just kind of the song really didn't do much for me either way. I didn't like or dislike it. It was just that weird vocal tinge thing they had going on. I just found very, very strange. There was like this kind of like a shuffling sound you hear throughout it. It was I found this one odd. It stood out, so I guess that's, I could give it points for that. But I found it very strange. I didn't really know what to make of that one, even after going back through it. I wanted to hear what y'all had on that one.
Yeah, none of these songs really like stuck in my head afterwards.
Right.
It was more just like I remembered that I thought there were some cool sounds. And maybe that's why I'm not going to score this record super high, but I am going to give it credit for sounding cool. Really putting a lot of effort into that, production and arrangement.
So on Are We Still Friends, because would we say Jack White was allegedly on the last track, so would that have been him as the acoustic?
I guess.
Because I heard it pretty loud and clear.
Yeah, maybe he like played a crazy Jack White guitar solo that just gets buried. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on any of that.
Right.
So I could see that.
This, I think they sampled like an Al Green song, because I'm seeing...
Did he appear on this album? Al Green?
Al Green?
Well, I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah.
Al Green's dead? Oh, shoot.
So...
Posthumous appearance.
His hologram.
His hologram.
We'd have a real story on our hands.
Yes.
Although, hang on. No, he might be alive. He's alive.
Okay, good.
You
I went crazy.
You get credit, man.
Okay.
I spoke too soon. He is alive and well at age 75.
And he is on this song.
Really?
He is on this song.
Like he was actually in there and he recorded on it?
I think so.
He's credited, and I think that says they sample.
Oh, then it's probably just his song.
Okay.
Never mind.
But he could have been, because he's alive.
He is.
He's alive.
He's very much not dead.
Man,
this is one of my favorite tracks.
I like this one a lot. I love the way Tyler sounds
Yeah.
on this album, which I didn't think I was going to get, because it sounded like he was doing like...
Right.
He was like rapping as Igor, and he was just like... But I thought it sounded great on this one.
I'm embarrassed that I so emphatically was like, he's dead.
You wanted him to be dead, didn't you?
That is not true. I like Al Green, from what I've heard. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I liked the dreamlike opening.
Yeah,
on
it's a good closer.
Yes,
I liked it. Good way to wrap it up.
I was happy that it went out on this note. I was worried it was going to kind of be gloom and doom throughout. Which it's interesting enough, like the sounds that he incorporates, that it still would have been an interesting listen, but just it would have been a real kick in the stomach to end it with all that angst and depression.
Yeah, there's kind of an uplifting thing to it. It almost could have been like cheesy if it weren't for all the crazy like synths and fuzziness. Like on the one hand, it sounded like kind of a sappy song, but then they added so many layers that kind of transformed it.
Right. I like too, like just with the track titles, like Are We Still Friends? It's like he's gone through the whole process of it's over, and it's like it's the last stage.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's done.
Yep.
Are we still friends?
Yep.
Strong,
like we can be friends.
Good way to close the album.
Strong closer.
I think so.
I thought it was pretty good.
I feel like we always come back to that on the reviews, and I think this was.
And you liked the opener too, yeah? Strong open, strong close.
The opener might be my favorite one.
Fair enough.
That's solid, because I feel like usually openers are just, well, it depends on the genre.
It varies.
Yeah. I'm giving this a 7.
That's what I was going to say.
The album?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7.
It would have been a 2 if you asked me like 10 days ago.
Me too, and honestly, like the more I read on it and the more I realized what went into it, the more I appreciated it.
Yeah. And yeah, we talked about how like this came up in our T-Swift episode.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
we shouldn't need someone to make the case for it. But just listening to the songs themselves, which then made me go and read a lot more into it. That was enough that I think I got to score it higher.
I never read up on them before listening to them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I always do it after, and doing it after, it definitely made me appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah, you don't want to...
Not that it needed that.
No,
it just,
it
it was
not.
like, man, that's...
I would have liked it enough without knowing.
Like, just the artistic side of it, like, the amount of work that went into it.
Yeah.
Creative thought. I really like that.
Yeah. I'm with you.
It's stuff that I missed. I didn't realize anybody else was on this really but him.
Yeah.
I mean, with the younger voice that's in there, it's like, obviously that's somebody else. But
he was the brains behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's the big producer on this one.
Yeah. The
I was kind of like, why haven't I heard more about this guy? Because he's really talented.
Yeah. For sure.
I would give it a 7 as well.
Nice.
Like,
We're all in agreement.
I am very, very relieved that y'all like this.
Hey, man.
I'm glad I listened to it, honestly, because I've heard the name a million times.
Me
I've
too.
just never listened to anything by him. I feel like this is a good one to start with.
Yeah. I would listen to another.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the previous one kind of has a similar
Mm-hmm.
Flower Boy. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I think it's worth a listen. I think I like this one more now that it's come full circle.
Oh, you've heard Flower Boy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's cool. Well, I'd like to apologize to Al Green.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. There are so many famous names from that era dying recently. Like,
you're probably thinking of Alfred Green.
It's understandable.
Oh, yeah?
It's understandable.
Yeah.
Might get mixed up.
Yeah, well.
Al Blue.
Yeah, there's purple.
Any last thoughts on Igor?
That's all I've got.
Yeah, man. Check
it out.
Yes. Oh, recommendation. I'd recommend this album.
I would too.
For sure.
Yeah.
I would too.
Unless you are wanting to hear like a straight rap album.
Mm-hmm.
Or a straight pop album.
Yeah, that's true.
Really,
it's not straight anything.
No. And neither is he.
It would appear.
Allegedly.
And yeah, going good for him.
Yep. I think this is different, and I with something like this, I mean, who's to say who it's going to speak to? I thought that, obviously, first time I heard it, I didn't like it.
Right.
So who knows? But hopefully, if the people out there that are looking to get into something a little different, a little more distinctive, give it a chance with the full listen through. I definitely would say that though. Like, if you're gonna listen to this album, go through the whole thing.
Give it a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It grows.
I did play it many times, like in the car and with headphones, and really wanted to wrap my brain around it. But I think I immediately liked that first song.
Nice.
For sure. Yeah.
Always solid.
But yeah, give it a listen.
Indeed. Give our other episodes a listen to while you're at it.
Shameless plug.
3 different. Hey, come on, got to a little salesmanship in this game.
There you go.
We are 3 different ones. If you're still with us, thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this video wherever you can. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.